Though it's the first recorded ride of the year, I've been too lazy to get the camera out, and I haven't been wearing my full face helmet. But today's cooler, and I haven't made a video in a while, so I figured I would bring the camera and get out for a short blast today. No more Honda Shadow. My brother bought a Sportster. He rode mine last year and he liked it. So he picked himself up a Sportster 48. It's a 2011. And nice bike. It's got the heavy breather on it, the Screaming Eagle heavy breather, Vance & Hines short shots, and the cool thing is it has a Nitzer tank on it. So he's got that extra gallon of fuel. It's like the 3.3 gallon as opposed to the 2.1. When he said he was looking at a 48, I was pretty pumped because I wouldn't have been the only guy holding everyone up with the small peanut tank. But he found that one with the Nitzer tank, and it looks really sharp. And you get the extra gallon of fuel. It keeps that same kind of peanut look, and it almost looks like the tank is lifted, but just because it's taller. So no more Honda Shadow. And we got 3 Harleys in the group. My 72, his 48, my brother-in-law's Street Bob, and then we've got the Triumph Thruxton still rides with us, and then my other buddy just picked up a Kawasaki Z800, or he bought it and he's going to pick it up next weekend. So hopefully I will be able to get up to the London area and meet him when he picks it up, so that we can kind of ride back with him to his place. And that's the plan anyways, as long as the weather stays nice and he can get a ride out to the dealership. We'll plan to meet him. It'll be a fun little ride. I really like that 48. We switched bikes there the other day. It's funny how different that bike handles because of the front tire. I went to go throw it in a turn, and it's like feels like you really kind of got to wrestle it into the corner, and that's partially because my inexperience. I've always ridden with bikes with the skinny front tire, and it's a huge difference. Oh yeah, he's got a Springer seat on it too. Nice brown Springer seat. Looks cool. It's not the most comfortable thing, but the only thing he wants to change right away is that fender, because that's in Canada that Harley screws us. Well, the bikes are not legally importable with the stock 48 and 72 rear fender. The Canadian import laws for the motorcycle state that it's got to have the license plate in the center, and it has to have a dedicated brake light and turn signals, whereas the stock bikes in the States have a kind of like a chopped rear fender and integrated turn and brake lights. I got lucky because this is a U.S. bike, and it was brought in by a non-official Harley-Davidson dealer. So they didn't have to go through the proper channels to get it imported and registered as a Canadian motorcycle. They just put a LED strip light underneath the rear fender so that it would pass, and so I still get the chopped rear fender, or bobbed rear fender, whatever Harley calls it. So he's either going to chop that and mount the plate off to the side and with the brake light over top of the plate, or he's going to get the actual Harley-Davidson fender kit, which would be just a bolt-on kit, and it comes with a module to turn his turn signals into running and brake and signal lights, kind of all in one. So I had a few changes on this bike. I know during my walk around video I kind of said I wanted to do the tank lift first, but I decided to do the air cleaner just because I really wanted to work on my bike, and I obviously store the bike with a full tank. I didn't want to have to deal with siphoning fuel out so that I could lift the tank up and play with all the wires and everything underneath of it. So I bought an air cleaner and I slapped that on a few weeks ago. It's the Arlen Ness Big Sucker. I don't know if you can see it, but I've only put a couple 100 miles on it, and the thing was starting to leak oil already, so I wasn't too happy about that. I pulled it apart, made sure all my bolts were still torqued down properly, and everything it's working properly. It's just the issue with the backing plate, it's not redirecting the breather bolts air passageway properly into the throttle body. It's like the oil that's in that air is getting held up on the backing plate and then running down the backing plate, saturating the bottom of my filter, and then dripping out the bottom. Now, I ran it pretty hard when I got it. I didn't hit the rev limiter, but I was pretty close there a couple times in second and third. But which obviously results in more oil carryover. But it's still cold out and stuff, and the warmer it gets, the hotter my oil's going to get, which results in more oil carryover. So I've already ordered another air cleaner. I've ordered a Performance Machine air cleaner, so I'm going to throw that on. It'll be in a few days, so I'll put that on and see how it goes. I looked at the instructions for it. It's got like a better breather bolt system. It actually has little channels cut out in the backing plate, and then they supply almost like small little tubes that one end snaps on the breather bolt, and then the other end bends at a 90-degree angle and forces it directly into the throttle body. So we'll give that one a go. I know it's not my oil level or anything like that, or my tune. I'm not running too hot. I've got a temp gauge on here. It is tuned properly, and my oil level is right between the low and high mark on the dipstick. So, because I know that if you run these bikes with too much oil, right close to the top, it's going to result in more oil carryover. So yeah, if you're looking at one of these, a lot of people have good success with them. Other people mod it up, so they put like a little brass tube on the breather bolt channels that direct it into right into the throttle body. I didn't really feel like doing anything like that. So I thought I'd give this other one a try. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a video of the installation. Maybe not. Probably not. What I will do a video of, though, is the DynoJet Power Vision, because I flashed a custom tune from Fuel Moto, and I'm going to want to do some auto tune sessions now with the open air cleaner on it. It runs pretty good. Actually, it runs really good, but I can smooth it out, especially like in the closed loop stuff, and get it running a bit better. Might as well. I mean, I spent $500 on that tuner. The other funny thing is that, so I put the air cleaner on. I emailed DynoJet, Fuel Moto, because they give you a lifetime support of free tunes. And I said, hey, I opened up my intake. These are this is my new mod. Can you send me a new tune? So he sent me a new tune file, and it was exactly the same as the old tune file. And I emailed him. I said, hey man, like, this is the same tune. I don't think we know. We'll just go straight. I said, man, this is the same tune. You can compare the tunes really easily in the WinPV software, and it was exactly the same. So I emailed him, and he said, last year when I was running a stock bike with just slip-ons, he sent me basically a stage 1 tune anyway. So I was running, I would imagine, a little rich, which is why my oil temps were really hovering around 180 tops. Now with this open air cleaner in the same tune, I am running closer to 200 on like a 20 degrees Celsius day. So that means I'll be around 210, 215, in the summer. Maybe 220 or something, which is, I think the hotter the oil is, the more, the thinner it gets and the more it'll blow by.